Welcome all sports fans, YouTubers, Facebookers, all social media across the nation. Uneducated Network on YouTube presents Uneducated Sports Talk. I'm your host, Clayton. And before we get into it, please like and subscribe, share, comment, everything Uneducated Network and Uneducated Sports Talk, both on YouTube. So please like and subscribe to both of those channels. Hey, we're more than just a YouTube channel, we're in life. Now, before I get into it, I have not seen Game One of Philadelphia at Boston, so please excuse me. I know it did play tonight, but I work two jobs, so I just I haven't had time to sit, so I can't comment on it yet. But I will comment on everything before that, pretty much. We had Cleveland versus Indiana, Game 7 in Cleveland, and LeBron James and company came out and won that. LeBron 45 points, probably more. I think he had like 47. I'm not sure, but LeBron did LeBron and they barely squeaked it out once again against the Indiana Pacers. That team was always game. Every time LeBron and the Cavaliers had a 12-point lead, a 13-point lead, 9-point lead, and then it came roaring back as usual. Same story. But nonetheless, Cleveland Cavaliers did finish it off in LeBron James style, 105 to 101. Indiana showed heart, they showed guts. They just don't have what everyone else has. That's LeBron James. LeBron James was the difference maker in this whole entire series. Without LeBron, it is sad to say, without LeBron, this is probably a lottery team in the East. This is going to be a lottery team. Even with the D Wades and the Derrick Roses, when they were in there to start the year off, that was a lottery team without LeBron James. That just shows you how good LeBron is. But, getting that number 4 seed, there's a reason why they're still a 4 seed. They're just not that good of a team. And in the play against Indiana, who, they scratched and clawed the whole entire time. And that was a great series all the way down to Game 7. So Indiana's out. They show guts. They show the fortitude of being a winner. And they'll be back next year even better, I believe. They have more confidence. LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers go on to face the Toronto Raptors. Their game starts, I believe, Tuesday. In Toronto. Toronto's number 1 seed. This is the year for Toronto, right? This has got to be the year for Toronto. And it will not be, in my opinion. I think Toronto will lose the series 4-2. 4 games to 2. Cleveland wins it 4-2. And we'll go on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Let's go to the West for a second. The Utah Jazz defeated the Oklahoma City Thunder 94-91 in Utah to basically beat the Thunder 4-2. There would not be a Game 7. Russell Westbrook has got to be the most difficult person to play for, but also the most exciting person to watch. And that's kind of, it's hard. I think the question is, does Westbrook need, does he need other stars on the side, or does he need just shooters? I think he's much better when he has shooters around him. You just get him guys who know their role, bunch of shooters who shoot up threes all day, and let Russell Westbrook do his thing. Because you saw Paul George at times didn't get the ball. Carmelo Anthony, I've always said it. I'm not a Carmelo fan, and everyone knows it. He is a team killer. Every time he goes on, they're not doing anything. And the sad part is he just came out and said he will not be on the bench next year. That is not even thought about him. And, of course, he's going to go and stay in Oklahoma City. He has a $28 million player option to stay there, and he is definitely going to take that. Paul George, on the other hand, his OK City Thunder days might be over with. He's probably one and done. He is stressed hard. He wants to be a Laker. He wants to go back home, go back to L.A., and I think that's where he will end up next year. Now, OK City's going to try hard, a great pitch for him. We have Russell Westbrook. We have Carmelo. Let's try and do this one more time. But my thing is, Carmelo has to go on the bench in order for OK City to be right within the world. If not, they're going to have another year just like this. You make it to the 4th seed. You have home court advantage for one round, and you couldn't even take care of the Utah Jazz. That's not a good thing. OK City has a lot of things to answer this offseason. Russ is going to be there, you know that. Carmelo's going to be there with his player option. $28 million is being wasted towards his play. He only had like 7 points in Game 6. It's just, he doesn't fit that team right when all three more on the court. He has to come off the bench and be the ball player that he is from the second tier team. But he's not going to do that. He already said that. So, and I don't, will Carmelo say anything else? Nah. I will believe him saying that because that's what kind of guy he is. This isn't Olympic Melo anymore. This isn't hoodie Melo. This is just regular Carmelo Anthony, and he is pure garbage. I don't call him garbage. No, he's not garbage, but he's just not what he is anymore. And I never really liked the guy in his style of play. and OK City's gone, and Utah is here. And they just had game one against the Houston Rockets. H-Town is in the house, and H-Town came out and blew the doors wide open. This is not OK City anymore. This team not only does they have a great player in James Harden and Chris Paul, but they share the ball, and they love to shoot threes. They love the penetrating kick, and James Harden is a beast of that. He scored 41 points. They dominated Utah in game one. Ricky Rubio was the big thing. He is out with apparent leg injury, so I don't know how long it's going to take Ricky Rubio to get back into the series, but they're really going to need him and his his ball handling skills and his playmaking skills. Donovan Mitchell is becoming a superstar right above our eyes. We are seeing that. So, I'm really excited to see Donovan Mitchell in this series, see what he can do, because Houston is not going to play. 41 points from James Harden. They blow off the Utah Jazz. And then we also had another game in the West. The New Orleans Pelicans, after their sweep over the Portland Trailblazers, face off against the Golden State Warriors, and without Steph Curry. So people say, hey, without Steph, this might be a close one. For this game one, it wasn't at all. The Warriors blow the Pelicans out 123 to 101. And this team is good. Kevin Durant is good. Even without Steph Curry, I don't think New Orleans is that good. I don't know how New Orleans beat Portland, in my opinion. I mean, I know how Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis, yes, but I did not see that from Drew Holiday. I didn't see that coming, and no one saw it coming, to be honest. So you thought, are you going to get the same Drew Holiday against this Warriors team? And nonetheless, I mean, he's trying to, but they're just not as talented than the Warriors, even without Steph Curry. So I think Steph Curry might miss game two as well, because he's like, you know what, I can just sit back and relax, y'all. If you're going to keep winning games at home, he's gonna do a Joel Embiid. Like the first time he loses, he's gonna come on in. So, look, the Warriors are a better team. I think the Warriors will take this series. If I had to guess, 4-1. I think they still won in New Orleans. Yeah, I say 4-1. And also the last Eastern Conference, I haven't seen game one like I told you guys, but it's Philadelphia Sixers at the Boston Celtics. I have Philly winning this series. I do. But I will not be shocked if Boston, brings us to game 7. Boston is just that good from their coach. Brad Stevens is a master at coaching. And, he needs the Nobel Peace Prize for coaching. He coaches them up. Jaylen Brown is doubtful, and he's the one big star on the team. He's doubtful for game 1. But in my opinion, that still doesn't hurt the Boston Celtics because, 1, being at home, and 2, their coach is just phenomenal. I would not be surprised if Boston wins the first 2 games, and then Philadelphia wins the next 4. I have Philly winning this 4-2, and I think Boston wins the first 2 games at home. Philly wins the next 2 games at home, then wins in Boston, then wins game 6 at home to wrap that series up. I would not be shocked if it goes that way. I'm gonna go home and watch game 1. Matter of fact, when I'm done with this, and see what happens. But Boston is a good team. I don't care. No one says their coach is amazing, and good coaching and putting those guys in great positions going to keep them in games. Now, can I see Philadelphia win this series? Boston's got to win one of those games. They have to. If Boston loses both games, the series is over with that fast. They'll get swept, because I don't see Philadelphia losing at home anytime in the series. But I do see Philadelphia getting a road victory somewhere. I think it will be game 5, in my opinion. But I see Boston going up 2-0 just because Boston at home, that crowd is frenzy. They went out there and Ilyasova said, Miami, you had half the crowd in there cheering, and no one else there. He already anticipates that Boston is going to be a whole lot more difficult. The crowd, the format. The electricity in the building is going to be different in Boston, because that is a fan base out the world. We all know all Miami fan bases, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, they don't really care about it. If they're winning, they're there. If they're not winning, they're like, we got so much stuff to do in Miami. There's so many clubs and so many, just things to do out in Miami that whatever, So it's gonna be a tough matchup. I don't care what anyone says. People think that Philly's gonna come on here and just sweep them out. I doubt that happens. He still could, but I have Philadelphia losing the first 2 games and win the next 4, and that's just my opinion. But like I said, I have Philly winning this series, and I have Cleveland winning as well. I think Cleveland takes game 1 in Toronto. If Toronto can get game 1 against the Cleveland Cavaliers, we got something cooking here. We got something cooking, But with Cleveland having so much energy be let out, and that is my fear for LeBron James to exert all this energy that he did against that that he did against Indiana, and now he has to do the same thing with Toronto because Toronto's a better team. But Toronto, psychologically is horrible right now when it comes down to LeBron James, so he has that edge. But he has to exert a lot of energy in this, and then you might face a Philadelphia team or a Boston team. You never know that, but you got to do that. Oh, and by the way, then you got to face the winner out of maybe Golden State and Houston in the Western Conference Final. It's just not about to happen for Cleveland this year, and I would hate for LeBron James to go all the way to the finals once again and lose. Because that's going to happen. He might not even make it out the Eastern Conference this year if they face against Philadelphia because Philly has the home court advantage. But Toronto maybe could win, but I don't see it. Toronto just psychologically just doesn't have it with Cleveland, so I just think Cleveland's going to win that 4-2. But against Philadelphia, if they do face Philly, that might be a tough matchup. We'll have to find out because Philly will have home court in that, and they have the gratitude and the fortitude of not having that psychological unedge against the Cleveland Cavaliers. But if LeBron goes to the finals, it's gonna be like, here we go again. Goes to the finals and he either gets swept or lose 4-1, because he's gonna face either Houston or Golden State, and both of those teams look mighty damn good. I mean, LeBron can only do so much, and but I'm also tired of people saying that LeBron needs help. LeBron's been needing help since he was since I believe 2009. He's been needing help, so we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see, but. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and comment down below who do you guys have going to each conference finals, the Western and the Eastern Conference. My pick, I have Houston and Golden State in the Western Conference, and then I have Cleveland and Philadelphia in the Eastern Conference. So let me know how it is. We'll talk more about baseball. We have our first baseball topic coming up next show. We'll break down all baseball, what's going on. I believe they've played almost about 25 games, I believe, something like that. So that's a good time for us to start and break things down. And I'm very excited for MLB season, and I'm very excited for Uneducated Sports Talk as well. I'm going to get more involved now. I'm leaving one of my jobs, so I have more time to actually do the show and be happy about it, get more sleep in. And I just want to thank those who have been with me from day one, and thank those who are eventually going to be with me, because I really, really want to make this big, and I'm going to put all my hard work and effort into it. I promise you guys. So comment down below who's going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Can Cleveland actually still win the championship, even though LeBron James is the only person on the Cavaliers right now, what it seems like? Let me know how you guys feel, man. This is Uneducated Sports Talk presented by Uneducated Network. I'm your host, Clayton. As always, sports fans, you guys know what time it is. Stay smart, stay uneducated. Peace.